All right, well, they do have a big parking area here, but they don't have any lines painted, so I can't do any parking with the lines. Okay, whatever. 2 miles, 8 minutes, 210 watt-hours per mile. That seems unusual to me. What does this guy show? Consumption. Let's go to 5. Yes, there was a spike up here, but then it came down. That was 1 mile, so 2 miles. There you go. So if I just done a mile, it would have had a lot, but I didn't do a mile, so I did 2 miles, which made it average out somehow. Now, it is also true that I'm not going fast at all. I mean, the highest speed was 30 miles an hour and a 30 mile per hour speed zone. So there you go on that part. So it was kind of interesting. So once I got out on the Santa Rosa, the autopilot wheel did indeed show up. I mean, once I got more right. So what's interesting is when, so let's just start with when we turn on Santa Paula. So when we turn on the Santa Paula, so he stops there. Don't get me wrong, that really is an implied stop sign from Santa Rosa going on to Santa Paula. But nobody lives to the left. There should be no cars coming from the left. So everybody treats it as you just turn right and go without stopping. Okay, I mean, that's the way people treat it. Not that there's a stop sign there, it's not even a yield sign. Just pretty obvious that if you got into an accident with a car coming up from your left, you would have been at fault. It's pretty obvious that's the way that works. Yes. Ask your insurance agent what he thinks. But anyway, Peace Army, whatever, it doesn't matter. So what's interesting is when he turns on the Santa Paula, he kind of goes into the middle of the road. It's a 2-lane road, but there's no line dividing, right? And like I said, I don't think Lago Vista is going to pay for putting the line down. It's bad enough they had to pay for the pavement. Whatever. Sorry. Yeah, I'm kind of bad mouthing a little bit. But I mean, that road was like, the Santa Rosa was like that, has been like that the whole time I've lived here. That I've lived in that house on Santa Rosa. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. Maybe somebody's running for re-election. I haven't checked, but I'm guessing maybe. No, their elections are a different time. Okay, whatever. So the car goes into the middle of the lane, and then as it goes along, it gradually drifts to the right. Now, there's a slight curve to the left. There's another cul-de-sac in there. Anyway, so the little curve to the left, and it goes back to the middle, and then gradually drifts to the right. Interesting. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. It's all good, man. It's all good. So when we come up to American, FSD is really not sure what he's going to do. Now, there's some brush, some trees, small trees to our left, so he has to creep up a little bit to have a view. And that sounds right. No problem there whatsoever. But he's doing a left-right twitch with the wheel while he's driving up. At first, he's kind of drifting to the left again, but then he suddenly drifts back to the right. Not drifts, comes back more sharply right. And then he settles on going straight. So it's just, he's pretty confused here. But hey, it's FSD. You want perfection? Buy Blue Cruise or Super Cruise or whatever. Or hey, I left one out. Mercedes has their own level 4 autonomous driving or whatever they call it. Maybe it was level 3. I don't remember. Have you heard about it? Yes. Mercedes has this deal where if you're in rush hour traffic, meaning you're at 35 miles an hour or less, and you are following a car, you can go hands off. Yes. Okay. Now, what does Crazy Ray do? Crazy Ray uses FSD more for, I mean, you use FSD every place, but it's a highway assistance tool. I can't imagine. I mean, yes, I do it. When I'm stuck in rush hour traffic, I'll turn on FSD. Let FSD manage it, but sometimes FSD will make the decision he has to switch lanes. And it turns out, at least half the time, that decision is dumb. Dumb, stupid, ill-advised. Don't do it. But okay, whatever. So usually it's a break on FSD off moment. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. It's all good. That's not a Subaru, is it? Sorry, there's a guy who's kind of driving around the park, but not on the asphalt. He's driving on the dirt road, so to speak. Which is, it's fine. It's legal. It's just funny that he's, oh look, I could do it. Yeah, okay, fine. You know what? This car, Grandpa, has been actually down there off the road. Yes, I have a video posted. Yeah, Grandpa off already. Yeah. Okay. And actually, along with that video is another video showing my car in the lake. At least from a display perspective. Okay, whatever, peace and harmony. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good, man. So the turn on American is a little bit weird. When we get up to Highland Lake Boulevard, he is more to the right. Actually, there's painted lines on American. American is one of the more significant roads in Lago Vista. Sort of, kind of, anyway. It has a painted line. Right? Painted yellow, I think it is. Oh, how do I get you to change? Come on. It's on low, but it's blowing hard. Okay, there you go. AC off. Now, if this was summer, I couldn't do that, right? But right now it's 76 pleasant degrees out here in Lago Vista. All right, so coming up on Highland Lake Boulevard. So at first he's going to kind of cut the corner. Then he's smart enough to look and say, "Oh, there's a golf cart coming up the other way. Maybe I shouldn't cut the corner." So he kind of shifts a little bit right and then comes back left. I don't know why you don't do it a nice smooth arc, but you know, maybe that math is just too challenging for those guys at Tesla. I don't know. No, I'm not claiming to know. I never was good with all that geometry stuff, because that's really geometry math. Yes, I mean, if I had to do that kind of stuff today, I'd be calling my daughter. Yeah, she'll know how to solve it for me. Okay, so anyway, our next turn's going to be down Continental. So Lago Vista PD posted a picture of one of their cruisers parked on the side of the road saying, "Guess where we are today?" Well, I'm guessing they probably moved since they posted the picture, but I thought it looked like Highland Lake Boulevard. Well, I didn't find them, so I don't know. Doesn't matter, right? So when we get down to Continental, he makes that turn relatively smoothly. The only thing I would say was kind of a gaffe was he went a little bit wide on the entrance to the turn. So he's crossing over the yellow line. But he comes back, he centers up, he's okay. We go by a car that's parked with their mirrors almost right at the edge of the road. FSD doesn't blink. Okay. Come by another car, similar situation, although he's parked at more of an angle, but still he's like right on the edge of the road, so to speak. I mean, just off of it. We don't hit it, we didn't come close, but it's just interesting that, so the main thing was FSD had no problems whatsoever with it. Cool, awesome. Okay. And then we go down Continental. When we come up to the intersection with Cody. Is that right? Because we're on Continental. So Continental is the through street. Cody is the one that has the stop signs. But FSD, I guess, because he wants to be more conservative, more safe, comes to a stop. Yes, sirree, Bob. He comes to a stop. I don't know why. I mean, there's stop signs for the other side, so I don't know. Or for Cody. So we turn on the Cody. Where it was there? Was it there? Yes, it was there. Okay. So coming up Cody, at some point, FSD decides that it's a 10-mile-per-hour speed zone. Normally for city streets or unmarked streets, so to speak, he says it's 25. And actually, I think Texas state law says it's 25 if it's not otherwise posted. But for some reason, he's doing 10. Okay. We drive just past the guard post. Of course, it being wintertime, there's no guard. There is a gate, right? So if you're a resident, you have a key card to open the gate, right? I mean, if you don't live here. Okay. What's interesting is, so brake on, FSD off, roll up to the gate post and flash the card. The gate opens. And once I'm inside, all of a sudden we're doing 25. Wait, what? Really? And you know what's interesting is the POA is actually painted 15 miles per hour on the street. So the speed limit's 15. What I find strange is on the city street, he's doing 10. In the park, he's doing 25. It's kind of confusing. But I'm sure that's one of those hard-coded things somewhere that will go away with version 12. I sure hope it does. But we'll see. I guess at some point, whenever we get an update, I'll have to add that as part of my test. All right, anyway, like I said, I pulled up here into the parking lot. Well, no paint line, so I can't experiment with AutoPark or anything like that. So, I don't want to go all the way up to City Hall, but I think that's the closest I can come. Although at the golf course, there's some parking. Actually, I'm overlooking the golf club down here on the south side. Let me see if I can go up there, and we'll try parking there. Onward, upward. Oh, there you go. Enjoy it is so beautiful out here. No, don't move to Lago Vista. No. Move over there on the other side of the lake. That's the place for you, not Lago Vista. Whatever. Or go down to Point Venture or something. Don't come here. Well, not that you asked, but there you go. I mean, even though it says ramp closed and they moved the blocks out in the middle of the asphalt, the concrete, there's still people who are launching their boats from here. Wow. Right? I wonder what those blocks mean. Okay, I guess I just never looked at it. Usually I see the speedometer here. All right, so if I pull down, nope, brake on, pull down, there's D. I have never noticed this before. Pull up, there's the brake. Reverse, park. Okay, and then if I shift to neutral, there's the end. So ever so briefly, it'll throw up. Yes. It'll throw up that letter. Surprise, surprise. Okay, onward, upward. All right, so I was already started back into the space when it finally flashed this up. So I can press start. AutoPark ready. Press start. You see it's highlighting the parking space that's the target. Let's see how it does. Now, Yes, okay, it's pulling forward because it's not lined up well. I kind of figured it would do that. That makes sense. Okay, there you go. Pulling into the space. Okay, we're parking. All right, here you go. Because I did AutoPark, it threw up this red park. Right? If I parked normally, it wouldn't have shown that. Okay, if I pull forward, reverse it, hold, park. Okay. So the reason why I get a red park is because I'm using AutoPark to park in the parking space. Before I get too carried away here, 3 miles, 14 minutes, 408 watt hours per mile. All right, so to be fair, we're coming up from, it's not lake level, but we're coming up from the park, and so we have to go up some rises, some hills, and that's why we're using more energy, obviously. It's been 5 miles. Okay, there you go. Since last charge, am I confusing them? Probably, because I'm looking down here. Okay, but okay, so, oh, did I say 5? I'm sorry. 3 miles, 15 minutes, 408 watt hours per mile. So that 408 is mostly coming uphill. Okay, total trip is 5 miles. Oops. Sorry, touched my display. 5 miles, 2 kilowatt hours used, 335 watt hours per mile. Okay. Well, with all that said, time to head home, huh? I think I've shown pretty much what I want to show. Okay, here we come in for a RoboTaxi stop.
Is on the left.
And look, he's like, oh, I'm on video. I better stay to the right. All right. Oh, wait, it's actually just past my mailbox. Oh, okay, it's pretty awesome, actually. Onward, upward. Brake on, ST off. All right, 6 miles. 6 miles from the church. 26 minutes, 281 watt hours per mile. So if you don't know where I went up to, I just lost the name of the church. It's not Victory. Okay, whatever. Went up to the church. The church actually has paint lines for the parking. So I was able to use that. Yeehaw. Awesomeness. So that part was good. Since last charge, 8 miles. Wait. Oh, I didn't get out of my seat. That's why. It's not 6 miles. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. Total trip was 8 miles. Used 2 kilowatt hours. And the average energy was 266 watt hours per mile. So this goes, if you drive far enough, you can average out those high peaks. Speaking of high peaks, we're set on 5 miles. So look at so the church is what, right around in here somewhere? And we fell off, came up a little hill, and fell off again. There you go. This part really helps, and that's from when we turned on the American, basically. That's almost all downhill. There you go. So FSD. Oh yeah, right. We're running FSD for this part. So I was in the parking lot. The autopilot wheels on. Invoke FSD. Let him roll forward. And I'm really kind of worried about the left side because there's some trees and some brush there. So if he's going to have a vision problem, it's going to be to the left. So as we roll up, there's a car that's coming by. and pretty quickly there's another car, pickup coming by, and there was a car coming the other way. That all looks clear. It looks like FSD decided it was clear, and at the very last second, so to speak, I caught a glimpse of a red pickup coming around the corner. Brake on FSD off immediately. Okay. Would FSD have caught it? I don't know. I can't tell you. I didn't give him a chance. So there you go on that part. As soon as that truck goes by, re-look, go cross the street, FSD back on. So we're making a left turn, which is why I'm more concerned about it. If I was making a right turn, I may not have been so concerned. Grace, that's the name of the church, Grace. I think it is. Okay. Once we come out, we're doing pretty good, following the lines. When we're coming up to Rockwood, I think it is, there's a car coming the other way, and he's going to make a left turn. He's going down Rockwood. Is he far enough away that it shouldn't be a big concern? As a human driver, not a big concern. No. As a human driver, I wouldn't be so worried about it. The FSD, on the other hand, he's like, oh, they're. Well, how do you say it? He keeps saying, there's a car there. There's a car there. I'm slowing down for the car. No, the car is way over there. He's already going down Rockwood. That's just the way FSD is, at least in this car. It takes him a while before he processes that the car has actually crossed the road and is already a tenth, 2/10 down the road. And in fact, you haven't even made it to the intersection yet where you're braking. Now, is it braking hard? No, but he is braking. He's regen braking, okay? Whatever. Whatever. Once that's cleared up, okay, fine. We keep going. It's just, the analogy keeps coming back as it's like teaching your 15-year-old how to drive, and it's his second time in the car. And the first time was just driving around the parking lot with nobody in it. Okay? That's kind of what it's like. You're overloading the mental capacity because the mental capacity hasn't come up to speed with all the stuff you can ignore. Yes, as a human driver, there's a lot of stuff I ignore. I don't care about. Like that car that crossed. I knew FSD would have a problem with it, but as a human driver, I'm like, okay, I might let off the accelerator a little bit, but I wouldn't be braking. Because I could see he's going fast enough. He's going to be crossed before I even get close. Okay? It's just human judgment, human intuition, if you want to call it that. And FSD doesn't have that. You can't encode all that into a machine code. Which is why version 12 sounds so interesting, because version 12 is almost all AI, neural nets. I mean, it will think about what it is it needs to know and discard all the other junk that it doesn't care about. Now, whether or not that's a good thing, only time will tell. But that's what humans do. And hopefully, while Nitz is talking about, well, you're violating this rule, you're violating that rule, how do you actually drive your car? Right? I mean, as much as I want to argue for the safety, no, you have to follow the letter of the law, I find that even I do California stops. Yeah, I mean, I just did today. I went through a stop sign and, that probably didn't meet the criteria of being a 0 mile per hour stop. But I had a very good clear to the right, left, and ahead. I don't know. There's always a fine line, and you can always choose to be on the side of the line of, but the rule says this, and yeah, you could be wrong. But you can be backed up by the law because the law says this. I don't think the law actually says it. I think it's the rules that NHTSA is writing. That's part of where I'm going is, how do you, if you're a NHTSA person, how do you actually drive your car? Now, keep in mind, I was a school bus driver. In fact, I was a school bus driver trainer. I know what the rules are. The guys who were the old-fashioned guys, they didn't want to listen to the change. And when I said, well, you didn't do this in their yearly evaluation, they would get mad about it. Oh, I always did it this way. I mean, okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. So where are we? We turned on to, so we're talking about Rockwood, right? So from there on out to American, beautiful, no problems. I mean, there might have been some slowdowns. And I didn't mention some of the slowdowns over on Highland Lake Boulevard, where you come up the hill and you can't see the other side, so FSD slows down as he's going over the crest. But given how FSD works, I accept that and expect it, actually. Okay, whatever, it's fine. It's all good. All right, come American, no problem, turn. Do our funky left turn onto Santa Rosa. And the funky left turn is because somebody from the city decided to paint the yellow lines too far up. What's that? It wasn't the city, it was some contractor working for the city. Okay, I'll buy that. But whoever decided it went too far up. Because what you're basically saying is, somebody coming up Santa Rosa continues on the other side of American. What you're basically saying is, with the double yellows there, that somebody going straight across the other side can't legally do it because there's double yellow lines there. That's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be there. It's not supposed to be like that. No, it's wrong. Okay, whatever. Come down Santa Rosa. I pull up my camera to take a little video of us arriving, and strangely enough, yes, FSD decides he wants to stay right. Okay. This is the new reality now that I have a paved street in front of my house. Yes, there was asphalt there, but it was all broken up. It was awful. Anyway, that part's good. There you go. Trips. And I've already said this. Okay, so we're good. Based upon what happened today, if you ignore the one brake on FC off because of the car coming around the corner, it's otherwise, let's call it a B+. I'm sorry, I don't want to be too generous, but driving around Lago Vista, no problems. If I had realized I was going to go to Grace Church, because I was driving, so it used to be a city golf course that's now privately owned. A Green Hills, something. Green Hills is the name of the Dawn Project thing, right? Or that's the company, right? Or whatever. Anyway, so I went through the golf course parking lot, and you saw the very, very faint spots of where the lines would have been if they weren't all faded away. So I couldn't use that for my parking. Went to the Triangle Park over there at where Boggy Ford and Highland Lake Boulevard meet, and they have some parking spaces, but they're not painted, so I didn't want to try that. And so I was on my way going, well, maybe I can go over by the City Hall. Maybe I can find some parking space there I can use. And as I was going over there, I said, oh, that's right, Grace Church. I can use Grace Church as long as they're not busy. So, yeah, so I parked at Grace Church, which turned out to work exactly right. Okay, anyway, so there you go. The grade is, we'll leave it at a B+ for today. I mean, there was none of the C grade challenges that I get when I leave going east of Lago Vista. Those are places that consistently happen, and it has a C grade to it. Okay, none of those in Lago Vista, so that's all good. Okay, so for all you ice folks, not that I went any particular place. I mean, I did go to Cody Park, which a lot of people use their gas-powered golf carts to go to. I went to the Grill. I guess they're still in business. How is that possible? Whatever. And went down to Grace Church and then back home. No particular place, but there you go. So the distance is 8 miles. Total energy use is 2 kilowatt hours. What? 2 kilowatt hours? Average energy was 266 watt hours per mile. Yeah, right. Okay, whatever. So, you know what 22 kilowatt hours is at 11 cents per kilowatt hour? 22 cents. You probably couldn't even start your gas pump and click it off before 22 cents went by. Okay, anyway, there you go. And to be generous, let's call it $2.70 today. How far? I should have done the math. I'm sorry. Right? That's not a cup. That's not even half a cup. I don't think it is. Okay, whatever. I'll leave it up to you guys to figure out how to measure that. That wouldn't be hardly enough to start your car. Especially you guys in those pickups. Yeah. Okay. Well, and same thing with those golf carts. Right? I mean, if it's gas powered, it probably chewed up 11 cents of that. Half of it right away, just starting. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. Enough giving you guys too hard our time. And yes, the 266 goes to show how much of an impact it is going up those hills. Although I was also sitting in the car recording at times, so whatever. You could make your arguments, but there you go. Onward, upward charge. Okay, so going back and doing a little math. I'm not sure I got it right, but it sounds a bit to me like you could get, it's not quite a pint, so just under a pint of regular gas, regular unleaded. I mean, that's about where it breaks down to. There you go. How far can you drive your vehicle? If it runs on gas, unleaded gas, how far can you drive it with a pint of unleaded?